watched The Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron, written and directed by Joss Whedon, the other night, and I gotta say, I really, really disliked it. I thought it was really bad. This is the first movie in this series that I can seriously just call a bad movie. It was very unfunny. It was very trite. It was unlikable. It was dreadfully overlong. It looked bad. The actual cutting edge 3D animation and modeling and graphics and the motion of it all looked very stroby. It looked like characters were strobing through their animations. It looked bad. It felt bad, and it felt bad for a long time. I've got so little to say about this. There was one shot that I laughed at openly, and it was a scene where here's the thing. Here's the thing. Half of this movie, and I know this gets worse as these movies go on. Half of this movie is the Avengers team destroying the city, fighting other members of the Avengers team. If there is one thing I just hate about team movies, is that the team always, they're on the outs with each other. They've got to fight each other. And that feeling has happened since the Avengers. They've been bickering and almost destroying each other since the Avengers, and it is so unexciting. It is such a waste of screen time, because it's not exciting. And one of the only two things I thought was very good about this movie was the villain. Finally, we have a villain who is striking and intimidating, has actual power and prowess, and is clever. This Ultron, played by James Spader, it was easily the best part of this movie. Easily the best part. And that's how you write a villain. When Ultron is coming into his sentience in his first scene, and he's kind of grasping that he is a live entity. Some of the dialogue that he has with the other computer, Stark's computer, Jarvis, some of the dialogue that he shares with Jarvis is bone-chilling. I mean, very, very, very intimidating and scary, and very good. It's the only good writing in the movie is this one sequence, and I thought he was a great character. I thought him kind of upgrading bodies throughout the course of the movie too kind of kept you guessing. You didn't know how he would turn up next time or what he would be, and I thought all that was very, very good. It's not enough to save this movie. The only other thing that I thought was good, and this is a big thing, this is admittedly a very big thing, is the last 35 minutes of this movie is one long action sequence, just a very extended, large-scale action sequence on a very in a very stupid location, but this sequence is incredible. I mean, Whedon threw everything he had at this sequence, really. I mean, it was very well put together. It was very well planned, obviously, and it was pumping. I mean, it was an incredible action sequence. this was pretty painful. This was pretty painful. 2 stars. 2 stars. I believe that's the... I think 2 stars would be the lowest I've given. I felt very, very little about this movie. James Spader and this incredible action scene that ends the movie save it from being a bomb to me. I mean, like an absolute complete waste of time. I still kind of consider it that, but those two things were spot on about the movie and nothing else. There is a character death at the end of this movie that I felt very insulted about. Them trying to needle out some emotional response from me about this very dull, bland character that runs really quick, which looks very stupid on screen. And there's this whole, oh God, we lost one of our own, and it was just comical. Don't see this. If somehow you haven't seen this, don't waste your time. If I could turn back time, Cher style, I would not have watched this. I would have skipped it, and I would have missed nothing. We'll see. 2 stars. This was pretty bad.